Well, now that the Olympic Winter Games are in full swing, making sure the athletes have the proper energy to compete is key. To tell us more about fueling strategies for athletes during training, we're joined by Kristen Kipp. She is the Employee Wellness Coordinator at Marquette University and once ran a fitness program for the U.S. Marine Corps. Kristen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, so after much anticipation, the athletes were now seeing them finally compete. Can you give me an idea of, are they eating some type of special meals on the days that they're playing or they're competing?
Well, on the days that they're competing, they're eating something that's going to be lower in fat, easy to digest. By now these athletes have tried and true foods that work for them, and so they're thinking about that. They're no longer having to meet those nutritional requirements of training 6 hours a day. So.
And is there a typical meal of an Olympic athlete?
Well, a typical meal just, looks like yours and mine. Their quantities are going to be definitely larger because their caloric needs are more, but they're eating, complex carbohydrates, lean protein sources, lots of fruits and veggies.
I'm guessing that athletes aren't just going to the buffet in the athletes' village picking out whatever looks good. They're being very deliberate about what they're putting on their plate.
Right, and these athletes have sports dietitians working with them and helping them plan their meals. So they're at the Olympic Village, they have the dining hall options, but they're making sure they're getting some nutritious foods to fuel their body appropriately.
And Kristen, there's just a huge gamut of sports. Can you give me any perspective on a difference between different sports and what athletes might be eating?
Well, if you're looking at someone like an alpine skier, they're going to have a very carbohydrate-based meal. They've got to have, it's a long duration event. They have to keep going. They have to have that energy. And somebody who is doing, like the luge, they're not worrying about that as much. They're doing a couple of runs. They may have to eat some snacks in between, but they're not having to have snacks with them as they're going for those long duration events.
And how many calories is an athlete consuming that's participating in the Olympics compared to what you and I might eat in our typical weekly diet?
Well, it's going to be very individual for each athlete, depending on the sport they're in. If it's team sport, the position they're playing, their gender, their height, their weight, their body composition, all those factors come into play. But it wouldn't be, unheard of for an alpine skier to have up to 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day during training when they're out there.
And the standard diet is supposed to be 2,000 calorie a day, so it's almost double the number of calories.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And can you compare what athletes eat compared to what we might eat?
Well, like I said, they're going to be a lot of the same foods. We're looking at a balanced diet. They're probably also eating some of those protein drinks, power bars, sports drinks, things like that, because they're easy and they will help those athletes meet those nutritional needs easier.
All right, Kristen Kipp from Marquette University, thank you so much for coming in to see us. We appreciate your insight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.